Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be 5 tips that'll change your life from your future self before 2024. So if you want to change your life before 2024, this is for you. But you have this inspiration card. It says, a spark of inspiration will ignite brilliant new ideas. It says, it is essential that you are clear about what you want. Follow your heart. There you go. You have the Ace of Cups here, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Literally, you need to follow your heart. The Ace of Cups is like your heart. So I feel like your first tip here is to follow what your heart is telling you to do, especially if it's something fulfilling. Something definitely needs to come to an end. This right here is the Nine of Swords. Also, this deck that I'm using is called the In-Between Tarot, and it represents in between like two energies, so this is the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, for example. So it's kind of the in-between energy, and I do feel that for you to be able to follow your heart, that maybe something needs to come to an end. Nine of Swords is like repeating a mistake over and over again. I look at the Nine of Swords as a never-ending nightmare. You go to bed, you have a nightmare, you wake up, and you're still stuck in a nightmare. And the Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. So I feel for some of you, there is kind of like a nightmare. We're going to take 2 cards here because 2 wanted to come out. But there's like some sort of nightmare that needs to come to an end right here. And, it might not be... The thing is again, I don't think tarot has to be super dramatic, right? So it might not be something that's super bad. It might just be that you keep repeating the same little mistake in your business or, something else. But I really feel there's a lot of fulfillment coming in for you in this first row. I definitely feel you need, every single person literally has had cards of following your inspiration, like the Wands cards, or the Ace of Wands, for example, is a card of, a spark of inspiration. You have the Star card right here, which is a card of inspiration. So I believe that we are in a very inspiring time, an inspirational time. I believe we are in a time where we, like, literally the only spiritual thing that we need to do right now is be an inspiration to other people. It could just be one person that you inspire, but you can inspire people by doing things you love. The Ace of Cups is something that you can do all day long. It is a self-filling cup. So this could be love, but I really don't think this is talking about love. I feel this is more talking about something you do in your life that brings you love. Not necessarily a person either. Again, I'm talking about the energy of love. So I feel for a lot of you, you need to make sure that you're doing things that that bring and cause fulfillment in your life. The other super interesting thing is on this Eight of Pentacles here, which is the Eight of Pentacles, or what is this? Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. There's a star right here. So for you to live in total abundance, I feel you need to focus on your North Star. You have the star coming up in this reading. And so the star is like your North Star. It is something that is bigger than you. I preach this stuff all the time because literally I think if you want to change your life right now, it's probably the easiest and the best thing you can do based off the astrology is work on something that is bigger than you. Work on something that inspires people in your life. It could be like starting a business. It could be starting a YouTube channel. It could be writing a book. It could be anything. Whatever it is, it just needs to be important to you and fulfilling to you, and not like some career or something like that. It could be if that's what inspires you, right? But, I think sometimes people are like, oh, I'm going to go become a lawyer. And it's like, yeah, but is that what you really want to do? Or are you just becoming a lawyer because everybody becomes a lawyer, And again, I can't answer that question for you. You have to. So, I would say if you're living your purpose, then you're going to feel a lot better. But I feel there's a lot of abundance coming in here in this first row. You have the this Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords. Again, I do feel like something does need to be released here, though, for you to truly live your purpose or for you to truly, kind of have a victory in this reading. So, again, I need to see what this is because I'm not feeling anything on what that could be that needs to be released. I do want to see what this card is. Yeah, Strength to the Hermit card as well. So you go up here. This is the Strength card to the Hermit card. This is the Star to the Moon card. So this could say that you've been through a dark night of the soul, and now it's time for you to release the dark night of the soul and for you to like share your voice or, share something with the world. With the Ace of Cups, you have this Eccentricity card. Yes, don't be afraid of weird, unique ideas. Don't be afraid to, express yourself in weird and unique ways. Crazy ideas are going to work really well, especially in like work or business. So, don't be afraid to like express yourself. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have this Revenge card here. With the Nine of Swords, I would be careful of like people in business. I feel like I've said this to you before. I don't really feel it's revenge. I would just say that, if you have people who are weird in business or whatever, maybe you want to put up some boundaries with this card here for sure. I also feel it's saying that you are becoming very powerful. You see this guy, he's like much bigger than this guy right here. So I feel you are becoming very valuable, like very like bigger, in work or business or something like that. And I feel it's saying like, be careful of ripping people's heads off, right? It's like you have a lot more power maybe than the competition, and so it just says, be the bigger person. I don't know, that's what's popping into my head. With the Nine of Swords, you have this adaptability card. I definitely feel that being adaptable would be a good idea. Maybe what you need to release is only one way of doing things. I say this to you all the time, Leo. Nine of Swords, again, is repeating the same mistake. Adaptability coming up as a solution here could say that just coming up with different ways of doing things and wherever you are stuck or wherever you want to grow, that is going to be the thing that like sets you free, that makes you more successful. So don't be afraid to try new things. Next, for your second tip, you have this card that says, when you let go, what's for you will come. Yes, there's clearly something you need to let go of. I mean, literally, right there. Let go of what's holding you back. So it's something that is holding you back. It is something, what you need to let go of is something that you feel is controlling your, what's popping into my head is I feel like you feel that there's something that's holding you back from being able to, do the things you want to do. This could be finances, for example. Maybe you feel, sorry, I'm choking. Maybe you feel like your finances are preventing you from moving or from traveling or for you doing the things that you want to do. And I feel like you need to kind of release the need to like control your finances. The thing is like what most people do when they want to like move, for example, is they think, oh, I have to hold on tighter to my money and I need to save every single last cent. But then you're creating a very tight energy around your money. So I'm not saying you should be out there spending money like crazy, but make sure that you're keeping the flow going. I always tell people as well, sometimes like when we're in a tight space like that, when we need money to move or travel or do something we want to do, I always say go do something for another person, right? You don't even have to spend money to get the flow going. What's important is that you create value, right? When you create value, you attract more value. That's why I always tell people, get on YouTube. If your finances are tight, get on YouTube and do a video offering advice about something that you've learned about, right? Because then what are you doing? You're creating value in the world, and it doesn't matter if no one watches it. I don't care, right? You are putting it out there for people to find, right? That's all that matters. And so what I always tell people, it's like do something for other people. And again, it could be as simple as sharing an idea or doing something like that. The other thing I'm getting here in this row is you have the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Cups. If you are feeling that you are trying to control something like a move, I don't know, it's popping into my head as moving, but it literally could be anything. If you're trying to control the outcome of something, I feel like you need to do it anyway. Like if you want to move, you might be saying to yourself, I don't have the money to move. But the funny thing is, I think if you would just start by doing the research, start by getting excited and learning about where you want to move to and all that other stuff, I feel that things would actually move very, very quickly for you. But the reason things aren't getting started is because you're not getting started, plain and simple. So I would get the energy moving in that direction. Same thing about love as well. I feel like you need to tell the story of what you like, the story that you want in love. I always tell people, stop watching tarot, stop watching narcissist videos, right? It's like, it's crazy to me. I get recommended these narcissist videos on YouTube because, I do tarot. So clearly a lot of you watch those videos. But, what I would say is stop watching. You're telling the story of the narcissist, right? Go get therapy. People always tell me, oh, these videos are important because narcissistic abuse causes, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, my mom's a psychologist, right? And yes, like I don't disagree with you, but go get help. Don't keep telling that story. These videos are basically mental masturbation. That's what they are. That you just keep getting told that story. Yep, this person's a narcissist. Plus, most of these people creating these videos are narcissists. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm looking over here because I have YouTube up over here, and some of the titles on these narcissist videos are like basically how to be a narcissist to a narcissist. Like I saw one where it was like how to torment a narcissist, how to how to make a narcissist lose their mind and stuff. I'm like, isn't that like being a narcissist to a narcissist? You're just being the same thing. So I think most of these people that create these videos, not all of them, of course, but most of them that create videos like that, I'm like, are clearly narcissists. But rant over, Leo. But what I would say here is I feel like you need to take control of something. The Two of Wands is about taking the lead. And, I feel like you also need to kind of step out into the world and get started on something and not really worry about all the little things, right? Two of Wands is about getting out into the world. He has a certain worldview. He's standing at the top of a castle and he's only seeing things from that perspective. He has a whole world in his hands. It's like he could get out into the world and gain a whole new perspective. You have the Page of Wands. Yes, time for an adventure, time to get moving. Again, I really get the feeling here that there's something that you want to do that you think you can't do or whatever. And again, I really feel the tip number 2 is to change the words or the things that you're telling yourself or the stories that you're telling yourself. Again, I always say like the quickest way to change your relationship life is to tell a different story. If you're constantly talking about the person that cheated on you, you are just constantly reliving that story. What do you think you're going to attract, right? So, I would be careful. Same thing with the narcissist, same thing with, all the other stuff. You have to stop telling the story. You have this 4 cups here. Yeah, I feel like there have been a lot of disappointments. I just feel, for several years now, it's like, I think it's hard to break free from this. Like, trust me, I was stuck for 4 years of my life, right? And this is why I'm so passionate about talking about this stuff, is because I was a negative Nelly. I was constantly telling the stories that I shouldn't have been telling myself, right? And I had to break free from that, of telling myself those stories. And the 4 cups, I think there's no doubt about it that for like maybe the past few years, things have not been exactly as you kind of imagine them to be. I think you imagine, you get into a relationship, you imagine that it's going to go in a certain direction, you get disappointed. Business, same thing. Work, same thing. Career, same thing. And so I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and say like, oh, you haven't experienced a bunch of disappointments. I actually think Leo, out of all the signs, maybe has experienced the most disappointments, but it's like now things are turning around. With the 2 of Wands, you have this Rebellion card. Yeah, things are about to change. I just feel change here. That's it. I feel like things are about to change for you. Things are about to move in a much better direction. Feels good. With the Page of Wands, you have this Optimism card. There you go. I feel like there are 1.5 million reasons for you to be optimistic, for you to be excited and happy about your future. And again, I would tell the story of optimism. Tell the story that makes you feel good. Tell the stories that make you feel like you are going to, be successful and grow. With the 4 of Cups, you have this Health card. It is interesting. A lot of people have had these cards that kind of represent health. All these oracle decks that I'm using, they all pretty much have a health card in them, and pretty much every single sign has had a health card. So I would just stay healthy. I just think that's it. I don't really feel it's a bad thing or a good thing. I just think the universe is like saying, hey, it is a time for everyone to stay healthy so that they can be prepared for the things that they're about to get. Next, you have this card that says, it's okay to not have all the answers. They will come to you when you need them. There you go. Again, I feel you just need to get started on something. Like I said, I think sometimes people think, oh, to move, I need all this money. I need to, have all the answers and have everything in order and do everything this way. Or to start this business, I need to do the same thing. But really, both of these rows here, 2 and 3, are pretty much talking about the same thing, I feel. I feel like they're just saying, no, you have to get started first, and then everything will follow, right? I feel that's what's going on here. You have the Strength card, the Star, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands here. So I feel you've been working towards something for a very long time. I feel like you've been working in darkness. I feel like you haven't been, in some ways I do feel you haven't been getting the attention that you deserve. Like, especially if you're working on a business or a YouTube channel, for example, it's, things have been slow. I think things have, it's like you put all this work in and you just don't get the result you think you should get, which I do agree with here with the 4 cups showing up in your reading. It's, been kind of slow. Same thing in work. It's like maybe in work you work really hard, but you still haven't gotten a raise. Maybe other people have gotten raises over you. There's some sort of difficult lesson I'm picking up on here that you have experienced. But I feel that you're about to get something good. I feel like you're about to get that raise or promotion or, a bunch of attention or whatever. So definitely don't give up. I feel like these 2 cards are saying, like, stay focused on the bigger reason that you're doing things, because that's what's going to lead to the most success. You have the Lovers. This is the Lovers to the Chariot. Again, this is the in-between tarot. And so I feel for a lot of you, I just want to look at this real quick, but, I feel for a lot of you that there's growth coming in for you, or some of you, I do get something about moving, so you could be moving, but this could also just be you making a move. Like you could be making a move in business or your career, and I feel it's going to be a big victory for you. So I definitely see a lot of success on this card. You have the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is about being bold and being assertive. and really going for what you want. Again, Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. That card right there that says it's okay to not have all the answers. They will come to you when you need them. Queen of Wands. That is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, she doesn't need to know all the answers. She just comes up with an idea like, oh, I'm going to start this business, or I'm going to go out and start dating or whatever. And then she figures it out as she goes. She doesn't need to have everything up front. And that is clearly very important for you here, Leo. So let's look into it. With the star and the other card there, whatever it was, strength, you have this patience card. You've been very patient. We know this because, like I said, with the Four of Cups, I feel you've been experiencing the same thing for several years, slow energy. Maybe things have just been the same, which can get a little draining. Even if your life is good, I think us humans, we crave variety, obviously, because we should be having experiences. And, when we don't, when things just stay the same, we start to wonder, like, is this my life? Is this am I doomed to just experience this? Is this all there is? And I feel like you have been asking those questions recently, is what I would say to you, Leo. And if you're shaking your head, yes, I have been, then, I think things are about to change for you in a good way. With the lovers, you have this devotion card. Love it. I love this love card. It's so cute. There's like a dead bird and a living bird, and it's like till death do us part, right? It's like this bird is grieving the loss of its little bird lover. So some of you definitely could be attracting a permanent relationship into your life, like till death do us part. There you go. I also feel that some of you are doing something that you will be devoted to. You have the Chariot, and the Chariot says where there's a will, there's a way. Like, he really believes that he's going to be successful, the Chariot driver. And I feel when you can be that committed to something, that's when you will truly be successful. So I feel like it's like you're committing to, a project or, a business or something like that. And when you really commit to it, that's where the success will be. With the Queen of Wands, you have this inspiration card. Every single person has had something about inspiration. So I do believe that we are in a very inspirational time. I do believe that we need to follow our inspirations. You have 2 cards of inspiration, actually. And so anything you feel inspired to do, I would do it. Anything you can do to inspire other people to do something, I would do it as well. For your 4th tip, I should say, you have this owl spirit. Says you see clearly now. So I feel you kind of see clearly what you need to work on in your life. You have 2 sixes, which I love. You have the 6 of Wands to the 6 of Pentacles. To me, 2 sixes says you're going in the right direction. You are on the right path. So if you've been watching me for a while, I love 2 sixes. To me, it's like confirmation that you're going in the right direction. So I feel for a lot of you, you finally see the path that you need to be on. Again, you have the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Hangman as well. So again, the 6 of Wands, I feel there's about to be some like accolades coming in for you. That's literally the word that's popping into my head. So there could be some, it's like there's, good news, or there's something that's lifting you up here that's kind of getting you motivated, especially for those of you in work or business that have been feeling like you're just kind of dragging ass, as they say, right? If you feel like you've been just kind of really going through the motions and not getting the results you deserve, I feel like there are about to be some big results coming in for you with this energy. I don't think it's going to be free, is what's popping into my head. And what I mean by that is you're going to have to keep trying new things in work or business. I feel like you're going to have to keep evolving, but I feel like you're finally getting what you deserve. I also feel if you want love, I don't really feel this is a love reading necessarily. And the whole purpose of these readings is not love. It's the 5 tips to get ahead in life over between now and 2024, the life-changing tips, right? But I do feel if you want love, there could be a very successful connection coming in for you. You have the 6 of Pentacles, balance. I feel, again, more fairness. Again, 6 of Pentacles is equal give and take, but you could feel or have felt for a long time that you're not getting what you deserve in work or business. I definitely feel that here. So again, it seems to me like you're finally getting what you deserve with this energy. You have the Hangman here. Again, you've been waiting a long time and you've been waiting for a change to happen. So, I definitely feel there's some sort of change. Literally, this is Hangman to death. So you are finally changing your mind is what I'm getting. The thing about the Hangman is that he put himself in hangman mode to gain enlightenment. The thing about the death card is that with the death card, we maybe realize that we have to change some of our beliefs to be able to get ahead. With the hangman, same thing. He has to change his perspective to be more successful. On the death card, there's like that pope who's like begging for his life on the death card. And it kind of says that there might be some beliefs or some, ideas that have been holding you back because you could be believing certain things about business that are preventing you from moving forward, or about love that are preventing you from moving forward. And for whatever reason, I feel like the tip here is that changing your beliefs is going to be the thing that changes your life, or gaining a new perspective on some ideas. Like I know I'm speaking very generally, but this could literally be in any area of your life, like wherever you feel held back. With the Six of Wands, you have this appreciation card. I love this card. It is a card of abundance. You can see this cornucopia right here. And the cornucopia represent a lot of abundance and success coming in for you. So I definitely just see, I feel the more you appreciate what you have, the more you're going to get. Plain and simple. With the Six of Pentacles, you have this idealism card. Actually, again, I feel like you feel things are going according to plan. The idealism card kind of says that there is no such thing as an ideal situation. But, the funny thing is, I do have it is popping into my head here that it's almost as if something is just going according to plan, or something is going how you want it to go. So, for once, Leo, I feel like things are going according to plan. Love it. With the Hangman, you have this control card. I love this card. It's like the world card. And so there's definitely an achievement or success coming in for you. I also, I had the word accolades popping into my head as well. So if you're working towards something like a project, a business, or if you're hoping to get some recognition for the hard work that you have done, I feel that this could be the recognition, or the, kind of the achievement, or whatever you want to call it. I do even feel some of you could be getting like awards, or like raises, promotions at work for the hard work that you've done here. I also get something about travel. Again, I can't get away from it. Going this way as well. If you want to move or travel, I feel like you just have to start doing it. I feel like once you put things into motion, I'm convinced the universe moves out of the way. I can't prove it, of course, but I've just seen it happen many times in my life. I always tell the story. My brother and I used to live in Seattle, and when we moved there, we did not have the money to move there, but we did it anyway. And you know what? We moved there. We both started making more money. Isn't that amazing, right? So, I kind of feel sometimes we just have to do something, or we just have to start moving in that direction. That's basically what we just did. We just started doing it. And, we just started researching it. And then we flew out here, flew out to Seattle here. I'm not there anymore, but, we flew out there and we learned about it and everything. So it's like you just have to kind of like put things into motion. And I definitely feel that right now. You have this Be Careful card. This shark card says proceed with caution. This is tip number 5. I feel this is just saying don't rush into things just in general. I actually don't really feel bad about this at all. I do feel this card is encouraging you to trust your senses, and that's how you should be navigating at this time. Sharks have very heightened senses, and they sense electrical currents in the water and everything, and I kind of feel that here. You have the Queen of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel that this is the universe, your future self, are kind of saying, you're going to be able to see things clearly. Queen of Swords, she sees things clearly for the first time. That owl spirit, you see clearly. So I feel like you see things very, very clearly in life. And it says, don't doubt that, right? Sometimes we fall for illusions because we don't trust ourselves. And I feel this is saying, no, you see things very clearly in your life. You need to keep trusting yourself at this time. You have the Two of Cups here. Definitely could be a celebration because there could be love coming in for you. So if you want love, I definitely feel there could be a love connection. Definitely could be an air sign. If it's not an air sign, it would not surprise me if it was just a person who had air in their chart. It could be, you literally have every single sign here in this reading. So it could be any sign, and but it wouldn't surprise me if they had a bunch of air in their chart or something like that. I do feel it could be a perfect match. I also feel that in this row, really, the tip here is to trust your higher self. The Two of Cups, I always say, to me, the Two of Cups is you and your higher self. You communicating with your higher self, basically. So I feel you need to trust your instincts. Again, the feelings that you get with that shark card, all that's going to be very important. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. This is Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. So if something, if you're investing your time, effort, and energy into something and it's not worth it, I feel that's the universe saying it's time to make a change. It's time for you to do something else. With the Queen of Swords, you have this concentration card. Yeah, definitely a time of focus. You need to focus on the star right here. The star is your purpose. And a lot of people say they don't know what their purpose is. Well, number one, I think that our purpose is to create our own reality. I think people think they have to have some sort of this big, huge purpose, but really it's whatever makes you happy, whatever brings joy and more love into your life. And we're not necessarily talking about person love. It could just be, makes you feel the energy of love, that you love what you're doing. So I think people really do know what their purpose is. They just, but again, society says, oh, you have to drive an hour to work every single day and you have to go work for some evil corporation. Really, when really that's probably not our purpose. Our purpose is, and again, for some people it is. Absolutely. But for most people, probably not, right? Maybe you're meant to be on YouTube, or maybe you're meant to do art or something like that. But again, people think like, oh, I can't make money doing that and all this other stuff. But there are like a million ways to make money doing it. With the Two of Cups, you have the Power card. I feel like you're taking your power back by listening to your higher self with the Two of Cups. Again, Two of Cups can be love, but I like to stress that the Two of Cups is you and your higher self, and it is a card of communication. They have normally on a traditional Two of Cups, they have the Staff of Hermes between each other, the two people, and it just represents communication. So you will be empowering yourself by communicating with your higher self. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have this innovation card. It's crazy. Every single person, I kid you not, has ended with either innovation or originality, or there's another one as well that I can't remember, but everyone has ended with a card like this. We are in a very innovative time. I mean, Pluto going into Aquarius, officially at the end of this year, beginning next year, whatever. And, Pluto in Aquarius to me is going to be a very innovative time. So any unique ideas that you have could be very successful. But Leo, this looks really good. I love where this is going. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your year.